FTD.
We're freaking back, baby.
Everybody right now drop a FTD in the comments.
Everybody drop FTD in the comments.
I want to see how many FTDs we can get in the comments on YouTube.
Get a free $25.
Get a free $25 asterisk. And we're not going to say what the asterisk is, except the asterisk says you don't actually get it, but I want to go over the new sound effects real quick.
All right, go ahead.
This one's still the same.
Like it, love it.
That one's the same because I tried to replace it and the file wasn't compatible or something. We got this one.
Here to stay.
Yo, the gang, you feel me? Yo,
You feel me?
Yo.
I like that. I like it.
So if we start saying something sad, we can start making anything really sad.
I like that.
Today, Gus,
Yeah.
I stubbed my toe when I woke up. First thing, stubbed my toe. Hurt so bad. Damn.
Hey, what's up everyone on Instagram? This is your boy Devin, and I hate motherfucking lizards. They're so fucking annoying, and they walk so fucking slow.
Lizards?
And they eat disgusting flies. So fucking gross. And they live in a desert. Super hot all the time. No thanks, I would hate to be a lizard. Having to sweat my balls off in my apartment is good enough for me. At least I'm not freezing cold this winter, bitches.
Who is that guy?
It's this guy I found on my Instagram.
What's it? Drop his at.
His name is Devin Sweeney.
Devin. Oh, I see him. Followed by Gus.
Sweeney. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. What?
Let me see.
What's up, everyone on
Give him a listen.
Instagram?
Probably my
This is
favorite
your boy,
influencer
Devin.
right now.
And I have to say, the most sexiest anime character that I have to say really turned me on is that guy Archer. He's so sexy, and he always fuck females, which is so kind of kinky in a way. I would love to suck Archer's dick if he was a real character in real life. Bye, bitches on Instagram.
Okay.
Now, who is Ajo? He says, my favorite character is Ajo, and and regular heterosexuality is very kinky to him.
Well, yeah, to him, he's obviously gay.
He is.
His kink is straight people.
Yeah, it is.
That's kind of cool.
Listen to this one. This one's really good. Is it this one? Yep. How was your day?
Hey, what's up everyone on Instagram? This is your boy Devin, and I just ordered some Little Caesars pizza after I did some laundry today. And the pizza delivery guy was so fucking hot. Totally want to go down on my knees and suck his big dick. And it was great. Got clean clothes now, nice and full from pizza. Now I'm gonna go smoke some marijuana, bitches. Bye everyone on Instagram. Hope you're all having a good day. My day was good. How was yours?
Now that was the first one I saw, and I thought it was just my Instagram feed is full of retarded people and people dying. Whoa. And he said yeah, I just got some Little Caesars pizza and I'm folding my laundry, and then that happened. That really threw me for a loop. I'm like, I gotta save this for the pod. I think you were in the room while I was watching it for the first time. That guy is really, the pizza driver was really, really hot.
Cute little kitty.
That's almost blackface.
Is that him?
Well, on his early Instagram post, there's some different dude.
Devin Sweeney took over. Probably hacked his account.
Hey, what's up everyone on Instagram? This is your boy Devin, and I hate motherfucking lizards. They're so fucking...
I hate lizards.
He hates lizards. They're so hot.
Hey, what's up everyone? This is your boy Devin, and I think having sexual toys when you're having sex is a waste of time. Isn't your sex life that interesting that you gotta have dildos and toys shove up your pussy and ass? I'm old-fashioned. I don't use toys when I have sex with guys. I'm old-fashioned. I let them fuck me with their big cock instead of a dumb plastic dildo. Fuck that shit. Sex toys are so stupid, I think. Cause like, if you're a sex life backbone and you need toys, you're excited, maybe you should be out of that relationship. Just saying, bitches.
Now
He's
does.
got some strong opinions.
He's got some strong opinion. He hates lizards and he hates dodos.
He does not like dildos. I think that his face has kind of like, you could tell something's going on just by looking at his face.
I thought he had Down syndrome.
It's like, but it looks different than regular Down syndrome.
He's half. He's mixed.
He's mixed. Mom was Down syndrome. Dad was regular.
His dad was a wizard.
The speech thing he actually got from his dad.
His dad left because he was a lizard.
He was a lizard.
I hate lizards.
I hate lizards. Tell you what. He's on Cameo.
They just live out in the hotness. I wish I could meet that guy and wonder if he's being real or not.
It's $14 for a Cameo.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
Or $3 to message him on Cameo.
Wait. Would he message back?
I think so. Book a business video, 180? What does that mean?
Oh my god. I think you know what that means, a business video. This guy means business.
Austin, you're a fat fuck, and you always have to go to the gym to lose weight because you eat like a motherfucker, and you wonder why you're so fat. You fucking piece of shit, fat fuck. You always have to go to the gym because you're just a fat, lazy, eat everything cunt.
So you think that Instagram is just all his cameos?
Sandy Kruger, I don't know if I'm...
No.
Or you think he's being real?
Everyone on Cameo, this is your boy Devin.
Oh, yeah.
And Colby is a lazy fucking cunt.
Colby.
All he does is eat chips and sit on his motherfucking fat ass. And his girlfriend has a fat forehead. Like WTF. Her forehead looks like a fucking watermelon.
Oh, I love
$14. We got to get him to put on
choice of words.
Everybody,
so good.
Hey, everybody watching FTD. You suck.
I want you to pull your pants down and pull your big fat hog out so I can get on my knees and suck it, and I hate lizards.
I find it very attractive when people are attracted to the opposite sex. Can you imagine if your kink
and dildos are for retards. And I hate you and lizards if you use dildos, because I just think real thing is you need to check your relationship and the real thing about it. That's my Devin Sweeney. We might get canceled for that, actually. Holy frick. I shouldn't have fired that off so fast. We should have waited till the waited till the 20-minute part.
Well, you got what you pay for. If you're listening to FTD, you don't know what you're going to get.
What you pay for.
Speaking of FTD, don't know what you're going to get, and like keeping up with us. It's basically like
keeping up with the
FTDs.
With the FTDs nuts, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's been, I don't know, 2 weeks since we recorded one.
Yeah, it's been a really long time, and a lot has happened.
So much has happened.
And last week, when we were kind of going to do the pod, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
I had like so much to say, and I tried to like recollect all of it today, like what happened, but it's been so long that I don't even know.
Well, immediately after we stopped the last one, pretty much immediately after, we went to Pinehurst.
Oh, yeah, for the triathlon.
The triathlon was
my
crazy.
first triathlon. Oh, nice gonna. Yeah. Your boy's a triathlete. Olympic distance, baby. Put 33 miles in the books. Was it 33? No, it was like almost 40 miles.
Yeah, so the craziest part to me was when we got there and I rode up with your dad in the old trusty RV.
Yeah, it was a family excursion, and which was pretty cool.
We rode up there, set up this campsite at this airstrip, which is weird because it's this airstrip in Pinehurst that also has this world famous barbecue joint.
So funny when I pulled up. I was like, I've been here before.
What is it? Pick and Pig.
Pick and Pig, yeah.
And it was actually amazing food, but the campsite attached to it was like the trashiest.
Yeah, it's one of those where they live there.
They live there, and it's weird because it's such a fancy, nice place, and then you have this.
You got
dusty campsite.
Yeah, you got the dusty.
There's like a lot of them had like the windows were all busted out on their campers, and everything was like saggy, like it had been there for years.
Oh, there's so many cats. There's
so
many cats. The girl next to us, she kept like peering through her blinds, and like she had 9 cat cages at the front of her camper, and her like windows were open. Oh, it's just.
But you and I ran up to the site of the triathlon.
Yeah, the night before we went to pick up my packet.
Yeah,
and we.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, I almost threw up.
Yeah, so we were looking out at the lake where it all starts around this lake because the triathlon starts with a freaking long swim.
Too long, dude.
And I was looking out at the buoys, and I remember watching you look out at the buoys because I didn't have to do it. You knew you were doing it the next day, and I saw your like when we found the farthest buoy, I watched your face drop.
Ew, that was like too easy.
You got a little white in the face, but you were talking big game. You were like, "Oh, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine," but your face was like. I could tell you were like, holy shit, that's so far.
I had never seen that distance, which, for everyone listening, it was 3/4 of a mile. So it was like 1,500 meters. I had never seen that distance before, like in my training.
It doesn't sound that
long.
Or that far, but when you see it.
You're like, that's pretty far. And I wasn't that nervous about it going into the swim because the week leading up, I had done a 1,500 meter swim, but it was in the pool.
Yeah,
and so it's just way more controlled in the pool, and the lake is just. It was pretty intimidating, but the nerves were under control because I was like, you rely on the training. You've done this before, you can go further than you've trained too. Mm-hmm. That's like part of it. But yeah, it was a little bit further than I thought.
And we got there in the morning, and you had already been there for however long, and you were all in your wetsuit, ready to go with your green swim cap on.
Yeah,
we were like, "Oh my gosh, he's about to do it!" And then when they launched all the people off, it was crazy because you just saw, like, it was weird. It was like everyone getting in the water and just slapping the water with their arms made this like powerful. Like trail of humans. Yep. You could just see where the people were, but you couldn't see people because it was so far away. It was just this trail of like water ripply. It looked like there was a lot of wind or something. It was so weird.
Dude, standing on the beach, I wasn't even nervous. I was excited, and then they call our time or whatever, and we all run into the water, and I'm like, all right, slow and steady. As soon we're going straight for the first buoy, and the sun is rising right at the first buoy.
Oh.
Like it was the buoy, and then the sun was right above the buoy, and my goggles immediately fogged up, and I was just doing the I guess front crawl, which is like the freestyle. Everyone knows that's freestyle. I was like freestyling really slow, and I must have been like pushing harder with my right arm, because I was veering off course every time I would check the buoy, which I barely could see. I would be way off course. I'd be like going way left of the buoy, and so I'd have to stop, tread for a second, rinse out my goggles, and keep going towards the buoy.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, at the orientation, they're like, if you are gonna like drop out or whatever, just roll over on your back, put your hand up, and like say help or something.
Okay. Because they had a bunch of boats and like kayaks.
Yeah,
and
they had a
boards
bunch
out there.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Yeah.
They had a ton of people out there like for your safety, and about like 3/4 of a way to the first buoy. By the way, there was 4 buoys to get to the furthest point. I think and I was 3/4 away the first buoy, and I still had 3 more to get to. Dude, my brain was saying, roll over and scream help. Roll over and scream help. Roll over and scream help. I just want to be like, help!
Yeah.
Help!
That would have been insane if you had done that.
And I was like, I just can't. I was like, my goggles were so fogged I couldn't see anything. I barely got to the first buoy, and I was like super nauseous because like I don't know, something was happening with my vision, and like it was so bizarre.
And then just the nerves of that happening.
The nerves of it happening. I'm like, I'm not even to the first freaking buoy, and I can't see, and I can't swim, and so I just like I quit the free, and I kept going off course with the freestyle.
Yeah.
So I quit the freestyle and did the little breaststroke to the first buoy, and then I could not get my goggles unfogged, so I just took my goggles and put them up. Then everyone else, like, you wear your goggles, and it's like a rule, you don't like take your goggles off, because that's like the first sign of like losing. I get like halfway, I pass the first buoy, I'm still freaking out, and I get halfway to the next buoy, and I'm like, I'm still really not comfortable, and so I just flipped over on my back, and like I was just staring at the sky, like just I was like, I'm on land, no water, no water, and I'm like, I had never done a backstroke before in the pool, and I was like just pretending to like know what I was doing with the backstroke, and I did that all the way to the furthest buoy, and then got to the end. Dude, that took so long to get to. It felt like 5 hours to get there.
Yeah.
And then I crossed the triangle, which was the halfway, and was on my way back, and I had to turn around because I got super uncomfortable on my back all of a sudden. I was like all nauseous, and I flipped back around, and I was doing the breaststroke the rest of the way, and like the people came up, and the kayakers were like, "Are you good? Are you okay?" They're like, "Can you continue?" And I was like, yes,
I must do it.
Yeah, at least 3 people asked me if I was okay.
That's funny.
Which is good.
It is good.
Thank God for them. But like, I was not gonna quit. And then when I ran up out of the water, that was, I think, like passing the dock, the close dock to the point, the boat ramp.
Yeah.
That was probably the happiest moment of my life. And I think I was one of the last people in from my group. It took the swim took, I think, was it like 48 minutes or something? Oh, that was so brutal.
Well, they launched in waves.
Yeah.
So the people who had already qualified with good times in triathlons before got to go first.
Yeah, they do the professionals first, and then the geezers that are like pretty fast, and then the amateurs, and then I think that's how it went.
And then so your group was the last to start because you hadn't like set a time before, so you weren't like anything yet.
Yep. And so for like reference, I think the winner of the race did the swim in like 20 minutes or something.
It was insane. This dude,
maybe it was less than 20 minutes.
Because from my perspective, as soon as you were in your group getting ready to get in the water, like I thought I would have some way to like tell it was you. No way.
Yeah, no way.
It was like as soon as everyone was dressed in pretty much the same suits with the same caps on. There's no way to tell who you are. So once you hit the water, I lost you immediately. But the first guy to come in was so fast, and he got out of the water, and from the water, you had to like run around this little thing and then go and get your bike in this little place where all the bikes were. And the dude was like casually running really fast. And he looked like he just could not wait to get his bike. It wasn't like he was pushing himself. It was like he was still holding back.
He was like very happy.
He was so happy, and he wasn't wearing a full wetsuit. He was just wearing shorts. And he's like jacked and tall. Like he's a giant dude.
He said he looked like a Greek god.
He looked like Aquaman or something. He blew out of the water. And it was not like he got out of the water and had to like push his arms up. It was like he ran out of the water. He switched from...
He ran on the water the whole time.
He switched from swimming to running before he even got to land. Like he started running on the water, and then he was just like running to his bike. And then he freaking took off on his bike, and then like another group of 2 guys came in, and then another group of 3 guys came in, and that wasn't like right away. It was like maybe 40 seconds between, and then it was another couple minutes before anyone else came through.
So it was like the top 6 guys, and then the rest,
and then everyone from the first group pretty much made it through, and then we were waiting, and then like the second group started really coming in, and then we were waiting, and the third group coming in, and I was like, I don't like when that many people are out in the water because in my mind, like, I was worried about them. And I was worried about, like, I was thinking, what if Gus, like, drowns? Is someone going to be out there and, like,
it was a thought. It came across my mind.
I was worried when...
The drowning thought came across my mind.
Well, when you weren't showing up. Like, you just, like, weren't showing up to the land. I was so expecting you for, like, 20 minutes once your group was, like, halfway through. I was like, he might be in, like, the middle of his pack. And then it was, like, the group was really straggling in. And then I was like, holy shit, did Gus die?
He died. There was, like, 3 green caps left bobbing around.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, what is going on? And then you finally made it. And I was like, I had a sense of relief. Like, I was like, I know you're not going to die running or biking, but you could die in the water.
Oh,
and then when you got out, I felt a sense of relief. I was like, okay, he's not in the water anymore. And then when the last person got out, I felt like this immense relief. But I didn't have any breakfast that morning because we had woken up early, and I also had like 2 big ass cups of coffee. So
you were wired.
I was wired, and I was just nervous.
You were anxious.
I was sitting there waiting for everybody to get out of the freaking water.
As soon as I hit the freaking, I kept trying to hit the ground under the water with my legs. I kept missing. I'm like, how deep is it? As soon as I hit it, I was like, like life.
Yeah, and you ran by us, and I was like, yeah. And you just like smacked my head. And I was like, dang.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
I was like,
didn't even know.
'Cause I was like down trying to take like, cool pictures.
Just punch you.
You punched me
you in the face.
You punched me in the head.
Knocked you out.
You mostly hit my hat, so it was fine. But I was like, got kind of knocked off my axis, and then you just ran by. And then
the transitions.
We got to watch you get on your bike and everything, and then
the bike was really good.
Yeah.
I felt like my uncle, who's like the triathlon guy, he was telling me what his like transition times were, and I beat him by like 4 minutes at both transitions.
Yeah, because you have to do that all yourself.
Yeah, I had a really good transition time getting my suit off and my cycling gear stuff on, and then I got out there, and all the people that beat me in the swim, I absolutely dusted them in the bike. I think I passed like 40, 45 people on the bike. I was flying on the bike.
Yeah, and I think that you've definitely trained running and biking like way more than swimming. Like you didn't, you barely trained.
Honestly, the cycling and the swimming, I probably did the same, but I'm just way better on the bike because I grew up riding bikes and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like you kind of know how to ride a bike. It's just like riding a bike.
Just like riding a bike. Swimming, not like riding a bike.
Not like riding a bike at all. That sucked. And then. Yeah, so it was like 30 miles on the bike. Freaking flew through that. It was actually really fast. It was like hour 20 minutes or something like that. And then hopped off, and the run was super hilly actually. But it was good. The run ended up being good.
Yeah,
I just feel comfortable like during that whole event, I was most comfortable running just cuz I run so much.
Yeah.
And I run like 3 hours a week.
Well, cuz spectating it was weird because like we saw you and we could see everybody running. We couldn't tell where you were, but we could just see everybody swimming, right?
Yeah.
And then you got back and you hit the bike and you just left, but then you'd come back to the same spot where you transitioned into running, and then you'd run back to the same spot. So it was like this one parking lot at this like lake in this neighborhood where everything kind of happened from
it was
there.
The transition zone.
So spectating it, you'd start something, we'd wait an hour, we'd see you, we'd be like, there he is, and then we'd wait another hour, and there's oh, there he is again.
Which was sick that you guys came.
It was fun.
So I finished. I finished pretty good. I think my time was like 3 hours and 30 minutes, which isn't a good time by any means, but for the first time, it's whatever. And then the last weekend, I had the Chapel Hill 10 miler, which it was funny. It went from like everyone showing up to the triathlon to no one like came with me. I thought even like one of my buddies would run with me.
Yeah.
And nobody ran with me. I didn't say one word to one person.
That's crazy.
I just ran that race, and that was
the
fun.
Chapel Hill 10 miler was the next weekend.
Yeah. And so that was pretty cool.
That was like a crazy hilly run.
crazy hilly run, but it was a really cool run because you're like running around UNC Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
And all like Franklin Street and all that. And I started in the Tar Heel Stadium, which was kind of cool. But yeah, those were the athletic endeavors over the past 2 weeks.
So
but the freaking triathlon. Triathlon is a different mother trucker, man. It hits you. Oh, it's so weird.
It's like even every single one of those 3 activities by themselves would have been like a good workout.
Yeah.
Like they're not insane feats by themselves, but they're not. None of them are easy workouts. They're all 3 of them are like hard workouts. So just back to back is crazy.
It feels it. I understand like the skill now in it because it is like. You go run one day, it's like fairly easy. You go bike one day, it's pretty whatever. And then you swim one day and it's pretty easy. And then you put all those together and it's like just kind of unbelievably hard.
Yeah.
Like going from swimming. Oh, God, the swimming. I can't believe it. I was so close to quitting. I was so close. I know I would never quit. I would probably pass out and throw up before I quit.
Yeah.
But like your brain, the little monkey inside your brain is like, let me out.
Well, when I watched your group take off, the like last 2 people in the water didn't swim maybe 20 feet. And then I watched them just turn around and return to shore.
Which is so crazy to me. And we said they did that because you get a free beer.
Yeah, they just wanted the free beer.
Yeah. Which I did not get the free beer.
Well, even just finishing a triathlon is pretty cool because I was telling some people, I was like, I was telling them about you doing the triathlon, and they were like, did he finish? That was the first question.
Yeah.
Did he finish? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a little mad. I was like, yeah, he finished.
Yeah, he finished.
But then I realized it's like,
I'm telling you, you gotta try the race one, the shortest one, dude. Just so you can like see what it's like. You don't even have to be in shape to do the fast one.
Yeah,
because it's like a 1/4 mile swim, 10-mile bike, and a 5K.
Yeah, that's way shorter.
So it's like just to see like what the
actual activity is.
Yeah, what it's like kind of like. Oh, I would want, dude. I'd pay you to do that. I'd pay for you to go do that.
Well, okay, so once you did the triathlon and I saw all those people, which by the way, the group of people that was at the triathlon thing were all not all annoying, but some of them were just pissing me off because they're so pretentious. They're playing this like super pretentious game. There's some sports that just end up being so pretentious for no reason.
Yeah.
And
the gatekeepers.
And the triathlon thing felt like that. Like all these people were like, I'm in this fancy town in North Carolina doing a fancy sport with my fancy friends, and I'm going to run, and then I'm gonna go.
And it's like 3 pretentious sports into one. I mean, I guess running's not that pretentious, but cycling is, and swimming is.
Swimming is because they're actually really expensive to get into.
Yeah.
Cycling, I mean, you had your bike for free.
Yeah, my uncle gave it to me.
But if you were if you were trying to get into a nice competitive road bike, you're paying like.
But I did tell
bucks.
you, I saw the guy with the Razor helmet.
Yeah.
And he was on the Schwinn.
Yeah.
He was on the Schwinn Walmart bike with the Razor helmet.
There's no excuses.
And he swam so much faster than I did.
Yeah.
I passed him at like mile 15.
Yeah. There's no excuses, realistically. If you want to go do it, just go do it. But that guy that was so fast on imagine if he had a really nice bike, that dude would have been out of there.
Because you should have seen his legs, how fast they were going on that Schwinn. They were going so fast on his little plastic pedals. I saw another guy. I passed him, and I actually asked him, you know how you have the clip-ons for the bike shoes?
Yeah.
This guy had the clip-on on his little, what do you call it? It was on his bike. The little clip-on things were on his bike, but he had just tennis shoes on. So he didn't have a pedal. He was just standing on the little tiny clip-on loops.
Oh.
And I asked him, I was like, "Oh, you forget your shoes?" He's like, "Yeah." That would be the worst.
That would.
To have these tiny, they're like literally this big to get your
they're tiny.
your shoe in, and he's in his Brooks.
Yeah, for people who don't know, the bikes that are set up for riding with the shoes, the bottom of the shoe has this little mount, and the pedal isn't a normal pedal at all. It's just the clip to clip into the shoe.
Yeah, they call it like a loop clip or something.
Because then when you're pushing down, it's the same, but you don't have to worry about where your foot is on the pedal. It's always at the best spot.
Always at the best spot, and it allows you to use more of your leg while you can pull with your hamstring rather than just pushing with your quad.
Pushing and pulling, so you get to use way more of the muscles in your leg.
Way more efficient. Like you can hold your top speed because of that.
It's not.
There's no dead zone.
I wouldn't say it's half the work, but it's probably like maybe 70%.
I'd say
60%.
The efficiency is crazy because there is no dead zone. Like on pedals, there's that dead zone where one of your pedals is coming up and you're riding it.
I've never ridden with clips like that, but I had a little cage on my mountain bike that you put your foot into this little cage.
Yep.
And those made a huge freaking difference. You felt like you weren't pedaling nearly as hard.
No, it's actually crazy what those do. It still burns your legs out, but definitely not as fast, and you can maintain your speed much better.
Have you ever seen somebody fall off their bike with the clips and they can't get their leg out of the
Joe
clip?
Biden, bro.
Yeah.
Was he even wearing clips,
I don't
though?
think he was clipped in. I think he just was old.
Jamie.
Pull it up. JB. Joseph Biden bicycle.
Why? Okay. They said he was clipped in, but why would he clip in? Yes.
The Guardian.
Why would he be clipped in? Oh, he's got the cages.
He's got the cages. Which are hard.
You just slip your foot back. Oh!
Damn, he actually really ate it there. It's crazy because they were trying to show him off as like able-bodied.
Yep. Yeah, that was it. Because everyone's like, he's crippled, he's old.
So they're like, let's get him on a bike. He
Mr.
falls
President,
off the
bike. Do you think you want to go for a bike ride today? I'm in a nuclear. Okay.
They're like, I think he said yes.
The cages was See, the cages are. I feel like they're easy to. You just slip your foot out.
I have almost ate it before.
Really?
On mine because when you pull out, sometimes the pedal angles and like clamps your foot in. So I've come almost all the way down.
Okay.
So it's not like it's not impossible to fall out of the cages, especially if you don't.
See, my uncle said he used to go for like 60 to 100-mile rides, and you get to a stop sign, you really don't think about it with the clip-ons, because with the clip-ons you twist,
right?
You twist your foot to the side, and I haven't come close yet, but he says it will happen. What was that?
I don't know. There's noises going on.
Those are noises. I don't like it.
Yeah, there's definitely. I don't know. It's definitely a pretentious sport, but it was still very impressive. And it actually, I think on the podcast we talked about like a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I bought my running shoes because I was like, I'm going to start running.
Yep.
And I ran a mile and then I didn't run again. and then after watching all those freaking dudes and ladies running.
There's so many women.
There's a lot of women. And so watching everybody just do that whole thing, I was like, I got to do something. Like, I got to do something.
You get amped up.
And Adam, who was on the pod a couple weeks ago, he started running, and he posted his stuff to Strava. Strava's like this social run tracking app.
Yeah, it's like social media for fitness,
basically. And so you start it, and it tracks your whole run. It tracks like your elevation gain and your speed and your different pace and everything. So and it has the map of where you ran. So it's fun.
Yeah.
Because I like to do that anyway. I used to do that just when no one was, following, just because I like to see like data of my running.
Yeah, me too. That's why I got this watch. Garmin.
But I started running again, and I've been.
Adam started running, and then your dad started walking.
Yeah, it's been good, and so we keep doing. And then my little sister gets on the app.
Oh,
and
that's ridiculous.
She presses record in the beginning of the day, and records for like her entire 9-hour day. And it's not her exercising. It's just her.
It's driving.
Driving, or it's not all driving. It's like her at school, her doing like.
Today it was like Anna drove 42 miles or something.
It's so funny. She does that kind of crap. She'll just get on an app like that.
Like she posted yesterday. Forgot I was recording. Lol. Whoops. And Strava does record driving.
Oh.
Which is funny because
it puts it as a car.
It's got the little car.
31.74 miles.
Time 2 hours 38 minutes.
That's so funny.
Which is so funny. She did one that was like 90 miles. A few days ago.
It's just her entire day.
And she put a filter on your ma there.
Yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, it's fun. I did a couple runs, and I was doing like every couple days, and I was going to do one yesterday, but I didn't. I'll probably do one when we're at the lake. But
I'll go with you for a little bit of that because I got one run left this week.
Okay.
And
that's a really hilly run though, so I probably won't go super far, but I want to just get some miles in. But the issue was I did a back-to-back days, and I kind of knew I shouldn't be doing that because I've not been running I ran for like 2 weeks, and it wasn't like progressively training. It was just I would go for a run every couple of days.
Yeah, if you're going to do back-to-back, you got to tone down the distance.
The back-to-back days I shouldn't have done. I knew it, and I started going, and my knee started hurting, and I was like, I didn't want to stop running, and I should have stopped running. I should have just stopped running and been like, I wasn't.
So when I passed you, you were hurting.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I was like, it didn't hurt that bad while I was running. It didn't hurt super bad while I was running, but I knew it was going to be a problem.
Yep.
And both knees, I could feel it in it, and I hadn't felt my knees running yet, so it was just too much load on some of my like whatever ligaments or tendons or whatever.
Yeah, the IT band,
and my knee hurt the entire next day, and I was like,
but it was on the outside. It was on the outside, right?
Yeah, it wasn't, and it's gone now. It's like completely fine now. But it was like a day, and then I felt a hint of it the next day for like just a couple times, and I was like, I'm
telling you,
I need to you got to get into everything slow, I think. But I was.
Oh yeah, especially running. 100%.
Running.
You got to get.
First of all, it's running. Second of all, I've got those barefoot kind of shoes. They're not barefoot shoes, but they're like the low drop. So it puts a lot more different load on your body than I'm used to walking around all day. And then also where I run has a lot of hills, so it's like.
Yeah, if I were getting into it like from your stance, I would do 5 days a week, 3/4 mile runs. I would do 5 days a week, every weekday do 3/4 of a mile, and then the next week you do like 4 days a week, a mile, and then the next week you can do like 4 days a week, 1.25 miles, or something like that. Like it's slow, but like get enough days in there where your body starts to adapt. Because you don't want to go 3/4 or 2 miles, and then you don't want to go 4 days until your next run. Because your body, it'll shock your body every time. You want it to be like, you want it to be very
gradual,
progressive, but like consistent.
Because I have
the same thing with the gym.
It's with weight training, when I was really getting into it last year, which I've since kind of completely fallen off actually, but I noticed that your muscles and your cardio grow so much faster than your tendons and your skeletal system. They take the longest by far. So my muscles and my cardio can outrun my bones and my joints and my knees and stuff. I can way outrun it.
You gotta get those right. And like do you know that guy ATG Fitness or whatever?
No.
On YouTube. He does like a lot of people focus on like say your musculars, but nobody focuses on the like internal ligaments and like everything on the inside really that you don't see. And he does like a lot of videos where you just strengthen those. Like he'll do entire days on his knees and his ankles and his wrists and everything. And he's like a huge believer because he had knee surgery at one point, and he's been pain-free for 10 years now because he literally focuses on the stuff that you don't see. And he does some crazy stuff. Like how strong his insides are, I couldn't even like dream of doing right now. Like he does these crazy exercises.
Yeah.
But I think it's really important to like put in certain internal exercises like with running or weight training. I think it's probably the most important.
The coolest thing about running to me, and the reason I kind of been trying to get into it, partially because of the social thing, everybody's doing it, I want to be part of it. But another part of it is when I graduated from college, where I could very easily work in like a 2-hour weight training workout every single day because I was already on campus, and all I had to do was be like, I have 2 hours between these two classes.
Yep.
I'm just going to work out during those hours. And it was perfect. I could get in like 5 days a week, no problem. And it wasn't even like I was like that time. Otherwise, I'd be just like sitting there on campus bored or doing some stupid stuff. So instead, I would just go to the gym. It was so easy, and it was part of my day. And then once I graduated, it takes so long out of your day to go to the gym. If you want to start making it a habit, you have to go there. And if you go in the morning, which is my favorite way to do it, you have to get up at a reasonable time because otherwise you're going to start your day at like 10 a.m. It feels so late to me. To like get to work at 10 is crazy. And then so you have to wake up early enough, and then you have to drive all the way there, which even if it's only 15 minutes, that's still 15 minutes of, and then you have to change into your gym clothes, work out. And really, I like to work out for at least like an hour and 15 minutes. I don't want to work out for, 40 minutes at the gym and then leave. It feels like I might as well not even be going to the gym because like you want to warm up properly and like get going and have a nice workout and let your body rest a little bit and really train. And then by the time you're leaving, I was spending like an hour and a half to 2 hours for like a 55-minute workout. It just so hard to work in. And if I try and do it after work, I already have all these things I really want to do and these projects I want to work on. And I just doing the gym instead of the projects I want to work on is so hard. But running, while it's not going to get you like a full body workout necessarily, it's going to keep you healthy.
It does, dude. Running is a full body workout. Swear to God. Because I thought when I started running, it's been 8 months now. I thought my body composition was going to change a lot. I thought everything was going to lean down a little bit.
Yeah.
But my body composition has not changed at all. Like I lost 10 pounds.
Okay.
And then I've been at 170, I think. I've been at 170 for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's like it really does like it engages your core.
Yeah.
It engages like almost everything. It really does.
It's like your arms and back and chest.
Yep.
Don't really get anything, I feel like.
Your arm, well, you got to hold your arms up.
I guess you do.
Because after a while, like you run, or me, I do my long runs on the weekends. Like after 6-7 miles, you can feel your biceps.
I think it's one of the best workouts that if you can do it in a way that's safe for your joints and just longevity of the workout, it's probably one of the best workouts for just health. If you just want to be healthy and you can, and it's so quick. Most people can walk out of their front door and run a mile.
That's what happens. I like it for me. Running or lifting weights is like freaking sleep. Like I have to get it in.
Yeah.
Every single day, and if I can't make it to where I like to run or where I want to lift, I do stuff at home. I'll walk out of the door and run up and down the street.
Yeah.
Or I'll, like, you saw me one day, I'm doing freaking pull-ups in the backyard and hanging crunches and crap like that.
The other day I got to work, and I work in a little small shop where, and I was there by myself one morning, and I was like, okay, I'm going to work some calisthenics into my actual work. So I would work for a little bit, and then I would take a minute and a half to do like 20 push-ups, and then I would just go back to work. Like, it doesn't take much time, and then there's like a doorway that I can do pull-ups on, and then I was doing like a couple body weight squats just to try and work my knee out, and I was like, this is not like that crazy of a workout. And then the next like day or two after, I felt it. Like a lot, actually. and I was like, that's crazy that I could just do this without actually dedicating all of this time to the gym, which I hate to do. I hate to dedicate the time to the gym. I just do. I like going to the gym, and I like when I'm there, but when I have to actually think about giving up time to do the stuff I would rather be doing, it's so hard for me to justify it. And I know that it's really important, and I want to try and work it in to where I'm actually working out without taking up so much time. And I think running and calisthenics, for me, has to be the way to... It's the obvious way to do it. But it's harder to motivate myself to do calisthenics for some reason. Like, because I'm not going to a place to do it.
I told Adam to do that. He's like, oh, I really want to get back in the gym. I'm like, dude, every hour on the hour, do 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
You work a 9 or 10
huge.
You work a 10-hour shift, you do 200 push-ups.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine if you did that 5 days a week for 6 months.
Yeah, you'd be huge.
Do you know how like nice your chest would get?
Yeah.
It would be insane.
It would.
But all it takes is on the hour,
just takes that
every hour do 20 push-ups.
It just takes that like one time that you say, I'm not going to do it right now. It just sets your whole thing off.
No, see, yeah, you got to get past it. You got to say, I have to do it. It's not like I don't want, I can, or I don't want to. It's like I have to. To be able to progress your life, I have to do this. In
the backyard, on that weird structure that's in the backyard, I really want to put like some bars up.
Yeah.
And be able to do like real pull-ups.
You can do it straight on the 2x4. Look at my hands.
That's what I did. Oh, your hands are a little torn up.
My hands are beat up.
That's what I did at work. I just hooked my fingers over, and it's like it's a header of the door.
Yeah,
that's exposed. So I just like, my fingers felt it a little bit, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And I can actually do more pull-ups than I think I can do.
Oh, yeah.
You
got that back. Boy,
I can do got that fat back. Like really easily I can do, like a couple sets of 5 at a time. And that's enough to really feel it the next day if you don't train your back every day. And that's not like, you could just do that for free. It's so crazy how free it is to do calisthenics and how much they actually work and how much I don't do them.
Bro, I'm done.
It's so hard for me. I really want to train. I want to get stronger. I want to be more powerful.
I think training is the key to happiness and longevity.
I like these sound effects. This is a really good one. It makes... Oops, sorry. I keep restarting. Hold on. Let me start it. It makes anything that you say sound much more potent. It gives you a lot of credibility.
My bladder is getting so full.
Mine is too.
And I have to pee.
It's time. It's time for the FTD pee break. It must be done. There's no getting around it at this point. There's no getting around it. I have to pee.
I have to.
And I have to start working out.
My urethra is getting so full.
My urethra is full and it is about to blast.
I'm going to collapse. Jack! Give me a kiss.
Okay, let's pee. How was your pee?
Pee was good.
My pee was really good.
Yo,
Yodi gang, you feel me?
Yo.
Have you ever heard of the televangelist Kenneth Copeland?
Is he the one with the jets and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you watched that interview?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Look up Kenneth Copeland. We're gonna do another video review right now. I watched this like a couple years. Was it a year ago? A couple years ago, and then I watched it today, and it blows my mind. We're gonna do like Hot or Not. You remember Hot or Not?
I think so.
We're gonna do our spin-off of Demon or Not. Okay.
Demon or yeah,
Demon or Not.
A demon. Okay, hold on. Let me start recording it on my laptop so I don't.
For everyone listening, Kenneth Copeland is
it this one?
Yep.
Inside Edition?
Is a televangelist. And this reporter came up to him one day. Oh, and then play this. Jeez.
Okay.
How are you, sir? We'd just like to ask you about why you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial?
Look at this guy's
you
eyes.
Said that it's like getting
Look at his eyes, bro. There's something in there.
Why do you think that?
No, listen to me just a second. Not the people. The main reason is because of the need. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that
First,
you
wait,
can
pause. Guess how old he is.
65.
86.
No way.
And he says God told him that he's going to live to 120 so he can suffer through him to preach his word. Oh. He's 86.
He looks like pretty good. He's got a really, really nice suit on, and he's got... Yeah. This is actually a little crazy. Make this bigger.
No, make it bigger. You don't want to make it bigger?
Luxury? No. How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business. But...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listen to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah.
Whoa.
Now,
he thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah.
I don't know
what is that. Do you hear that?
Where the static is coming from.
Thank you.
The demons.
Let me pray.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question.
Look at
a
his
lot
eyes.
of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 100, let's see, the latest figures just came out, 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ. Let me give you another example. Last May, I was scheduled for Lagos, Nigeria. That's a long ways. I had a week off, and I was scheduled for Peru. And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem.
Whoa.
Without the airplane that we have, that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Whoa, his facial expressions are scary.
Aren't they?
All right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes.
Oh.
And here's what happened. We flew in 21 days, 70 hours, 40,000 miles, touched 5 continents, and preached face-to-face personally with 125,000 people.
Do you ever Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Again, getting back to the comment.
God approves.
You said that
Yeah.
you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
Oh, that's so scary.
Look at his
We
eyes,
wrestle
dude.
not with flesh and blood, but principalities and power.
Can you explain what you meant by that?
Oh,
by
that's
that
so
term?
scary.
Then? Just explain, because it's really simple.
Wait,
you
pause,
said
pause,
you
pause.
didn't want to get
Guess how much his net worth is.
Oh, I don't even have a guess.
You know?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Televangelist.
Televangelist.
Kenneth Copeland.
I'm gonna sound dumb if I even make a guess.
$760 million.
That's probably 700% more than my initial guess.
Dude, that is... He said, don't ever put that on my name.
He put his finger right in that girl's face and was like, "Don't ever say I did."
And then he says some weird the flesh and blood thing.
You really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did.
He gets right up on her, his
Look at
fingers
eye-
in her face.
And look at his eyes, dude.
Oh, that's so horrible.
We wrestle not with flesh and
And then
blood,
straight into a
but
smile.
principalities and power.
Why does he seem so evil?
Because I think he is.
Have you ever listened to his sermons?
I was doing a little deep dive on him earlier, and yeah, I have. He just is. He's one of those preachers that does the and the Lord said, "Hey, give me an amen," and the crowd goes crazy, and they're like, "Amen."
Yeah.
They just it's like a bunch of ad libs. He does ad lib church,
Yeah.
and he did a sermon. I saw it where he was responding to this video, and he's like, "Insider came out to me and was saying stuff," and he just kind of danced around it, and he said a couple scriptures, and it was super bizarre. But I watched a video of his. He had these employees at his super mega church or whatever.
Yeah.
Look up his house too. Look up Kenneth Copeland house. Craziest thing. I think it's 16,000 square feet. It's the craziest thing.
10 preachers' mansions.
But
Where do I find which video? Is it this one? Inside Kenneth
look
Copeland's?
on images somewhere. Go on images. Yeah, so his employees that worked for him quit, and they went to this news organization, and they were talking to them, and they were like, yeah, the work environment there was very slave-like.
Oh.
That's his house, bro. That's one of his houses. And the reporter in the interview, the Insider Edition interview, she asks him about what does God think about wealth, and he's like, well, Abraham, something about being really wealthy, and he basically says when he gets to heaven, he'll confront God himself about the wealth. And it's very bizarre. This guy, I watched this interview again today, and I was like, it's so scary. And I don't know how this interviewer stayed composed.
She really composed herself.
Talking to this guy, but apparently her dad and grandfather were both preachers, so she was saying they were both very poor.
Yeah.
And whatever they had, they gave away, because that's kind of what the Bible it talks about. And she was asking about that. He's like, I'm here because of the labor that they bestowed upon me, and it's super weird. It's super weird. These mega church evangelists, televangelist guys. That guy right there, that's a freaking demon.
He looks like one. The image for everybody listening, the image of him pointing at this. He's standing about to get in his car, just like leaning. He looks tall. He's leaning over the door, and he's talking to this reporter who did run up on him. To be fair, she ran right up on him when he was not expecting it.
But he was like, he didn't say like, no, I gotta go.
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
I can talk.
He's participating,
and he talked for 12 minutes.
Yeah, and he, when she brings up a quote that I assume he actually said. I just assume he actually did say that.
Yeah.
Which that's an assumption, but he points at her and he says, "Don't ever say I said that." And the point and the stare he gives her is like,
and then he goes from like
looking.
He's like evil, and then he smiles.
His smile's crazy.
He smiles right after.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, I have to act like a human.
Yeah. That's actually insane. The power and wealth thing corrupts anybody. I don't care who you are.
It does.
That guy probably started as like really wanting to do good.
Him and his wife does it too. And they're like a duo televangelists, and they're both super creepy. Like he was talking at the sermon where he was explaining this video, and he's like, Tyler Perry sold me that jet for so cheap. I did the same thing where he's like, I couldn't help but buy it, and whatever, her name's like Darlene or whatever, something Copeland.
Yeah.
And he's like, and she designed a fresh interior for it, and then he just like pauses.
Yeah.
And then he says like, he starts going into tongues or something. And people who like study tongues, I don't really believe in the whole tongues thing.
Yeah.
I've been to one of the services where they did tongues, and it was bizarre. But he started going into tongues, and this like person in the comments who I can't like take their word as truth, but they were like, yeah, he doesn't know, like that's not tongues, by the way. He's just
weird.
He's just like slurring stuff. But yeah, that stuff, like that dude creeps me the frick out. Like I was watching it earlier, and like his eyes through the screen, I'm like, am I gonna get like possessed by this guy?
It feels wrong.
It does, and they've been around since the like mid-90s. The dude is 86, and he's like, I'm gonna live to 120. And he looks like you said, he looks like he's 62 or 65 or whatever.
Yeah, like, but a healthy 62.
Yeah.
His hand looks a little weird. Like he's got like the liver spots.
He's got that demon hand.
Yeah, he does.
God, yeah, but I wanted to tell the people about that because it's super weird.
That is really strange.
I tried to look up some like conspiracies about him, but there's nothing out there about him.
Weird.
It's just like everything like evil kind of came off of this interview, which Insider Edition, that's crazy. He's like, I love Insider Edition. Don't you ever talk about mine a word like that.
Say what I said.
And then he smiles. He's like, Tyler Perry gave me a real good deal on that jet. He gave me a great deal on that jet. I could not buy it.
I've never had a better deal on a jet. I've bought a lot of jets.
The jet is worth $45 million. He's like, but I got a good deal on it.
I remember when this video came out. I don't think I watched like part of it when it came out, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, the whole interview is. Anyone out there, watch the Insider Edition.
Yeah, it's the
Kenneth
first.
Copeland.
It's like the first thing that comes up when you type just Kenneth Copeland.
Watch that whole interview because it is bizarre.
9.6 million views.
It is bizarre.
Full interview. Preacher Kenneth Copeland defends lavish lifestyle. Lavish. It's so weird. That always creeps me out. Even just the big churches in general creep me out.
Like the Joel Osteen. Joel Osteen doesn't seem as like evil as this guy, but he does like the mega church, mega money type thing. You almost question if they're like even in it, like they're even Christians, or they're just like business people that have a script.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because they know they can make all this money off of it. I mean, and all they have to do is I mean, you could probably you could probably go to a small church, just listen to the sermon, record it, memorize it, and repeat it. And then you sound like that person is like a real kind of theologian that's learning about this stuff and has dedicated their lives to it. And if you can just copy what they say, no one's going to find out.
No.
And even if they say it, they'll be like, "What? That's what I said. I'm the bigger player.
Yeah.
You copied me."
Oh, it's crazy. That's what started to happen at our old church. It just got too big.
Yeah.
And money, like the money involved. They made this new $8 million campus. And money gets involved and it just it explodes.
Money is
especially with religion.
Which is why that leads us right into our not having a sponsor.
Into our sponsor.
Our sponsor is us. We don't have enough money for more microphones. We don't have enough. Press and hold it.
I can't.
We don't have enough money for
my finger's not strong enough. I'm not strong enough.
We don't have enough money for a better camera, but we still have the best podcast of all time.
Yo.
Are they going at the same time?
Gang.
No, they can't go at the same time. That's one of the drawbacks. No, that's kind of the cool thing about. I mean, I think that they're being in like middle to upper middle class, which now to be considered upper middle class isn't even like you're not balling.
No, you're not balling, but you're not balling, but you ain't sinking.
It's just where you put your money is the weird thing. Like, if you want to be in a fancy house in a nice neighborhood with nice cars, that's where all your money goes if you're upper middle class.
That's the thing is like the upper middle class aren't even like I feel like they're not even like financially stable. They just like got a 45-year loan.
Yeah, and really good credit score.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got really good credit score, dude.
My dad showed me his credit score. It's 4 points away from 850.
That's really good.
Which is max.
I'm at 750.
Yeah. I'm somewhere around there. Mine's pretty good because of student loans.
You know that devil sauce, you know what I mean?
Can't
Got that Discovery gonna log in on the pod.
Oh, it won't let me. I can't tell you what my credit score is. Do you see that meme where it was like the guy's credit score came back as 4? It was like, this might be the worst credit score of all time. Like, that's worse than not even ever having a line of credit.
Yeah, I know. You start at like, what, 500 or 600?
Something like that. Like, just opening a line of credit and just like, you start at like a reasonable number.
Uh-huh.
And then it just goes up or down from there quick.
Ooh, I got upgraded to that Quicksilver.
Are you looking up your FICO score?
My credit score. FICO score? What is that?
FICO's like the way they do it.
Let's see my new score. Credit-wise. Oh, 748.
748. Let me see what mine is.
I'm in the like great to excellent range.
How are you looking at yours?
On my Capital One app.
Okay, I'm looking on my Discover app. I don't know. I don't remember where to see.
What is the Saver one? I got pre-approved.
Pre-approved?
Pre-approved. 3% cashback on dining, entertainment, published streaming services, and grocery stores, plus 1% on all the purchases. That's pretty good.
What did you say your number was?
748.
I'm 785.
No!
Yeah, I have a better credit score than you.
That's not fair.
We used to walk around campus, me and some of my friends, when we were freshmen, and we were just trying to like be funny. We'd walk around campus at night because we would go get ice cream every night at the library.
Yeah.
And when we were walking there, we'd walk by like groups of people, and we would say like ridiculous things. And one of my friends was just like, I'd take a good credit score over good head any day. And we were like, what? It was like 4 like pretty attractive girls walking next to us at the time. They all broke their necks looking over. I would liked when we got in an elevator because I would say the most crazy stuff. Like as the door was closing. No. Like as the door was closing, I'd say the most like insane stuff. Like
that hurts my soul.
I'd be like, the door was closing. I'd be like, my hemorrhoid cream is on back order.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to class.
That hurts my soul.
I would just say, and then the door would close and the person that was in there would just be so trapped, and it was so funny.
Are there those Instagram reels where like they're doing that type of stuff? Can you like I get to the point where like I can't watch it because of the secondhand like embarrassment thing.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Like, I like it.
It hurts. Okay, you like it.
But I like it sounds like it's almost cocky. I guess it kind of is cocky. I like seeing how far not disrespecting anybody. Making somebody uncomfortable to me isn't disrespecting them. Unless you're putting them in like a weird sexual position, which I don't like. That I don't mess with at all.
Like upside down or
no,
what?
like you can mess with a girl and make them feel like they're in danger. Like that's not what I'm talking about.
Putting them in a weird sexual position.
Yeah, upside down.
Hanging them from the roof.
Yeah. No. I'm saying like I don't mess with people to the point where they think they're in danger. That's different. But when you just make them. You're just saying something to your friend that's supposed to never come out.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're recording it for clout. You're just doing it for fun. Is so funny. I love it. Just making people feel uncomfortable that they're there is so fun.
Just thinking of weird
or making them start to laugh. But they go back.
I hate putting girls in weird sexual positions.
But the guy that was stuck in the elevator with me while I was saying weird stuff, that's one of his stories he tells.
Yeah.
And it was just, he was like, I was stuck in the elevator with the weirdest guy ever. And it's me. And
Mr. Hemorrhoid Cream.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, talk about.
Yo, gang.
I like how we just made our thing his thing.
Yo.
Yeah, buddy.
Yo.
Necessarily, perhaps.
Yo.
Fulcrum, come in.
Yeah. Yo, the gang, you feel me?
Oh, my God.
Oh, something else that happened in the past 2 weeks. The pod started popping off.
Let's freaking go.
You know what I have to say about that?
What?
Yo.
So we got. I'll look up the live numbers as of filming this. Friday, April 28th, 2023. Our pod 19, which is like almost a month. It's almost a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Almost a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
1,316 views, 40 likes, and 100% like to dislike ratio.
Wow.
And that's our best one, but even since then, like all the numbers are just cracking up on.
Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Dude, you ruined it. You actually ruined it. I was going to sneeze. I had to sneeze. The urge was creeping up in me to sneeze.
Inside of me.
And then
I reached up inside and stole it.
Possibly happened. Gus.
I stole it.
With 13 bless yous. Ruined my sneeze. I love that sound effect. That one's in the place of my crotch. And this one's in the place of the burp.
Yo.
Which is slightly less annoying than the
burp.
That would have been terrible. I just bonked that Yingling almost all over the laptop. That would have been awful.
It would have been.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody. I mean, the retention usually doesn't get to this point, but all the people listening do appreciate the numbers.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's cool because, like kind of I was saying earlier today, is that every podcast that actually makes it big starts to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And right now we're not making any money.
We've made money.
We've made some money, but overall we're net negative.
Net negative, but we've made a little bit of money thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
The numbers is fun because it gets to like a gamify system.
It is, yeah.
And I'm a hyper competitive person, and I know we're not competing with anyone except the algorithm.
Yeah.
But it does show like from the first few episodes they were getting like 6 views or whatever to like having over 1,000 views on one video. Like it shows a lot, and hopefully you'll be able to continue keeping at it.
And it's cool having some people on, like Jaybird. Having him on last episode is so cool because I know he's on his precipice of just blowing up.
He's blowing up right now.
He's
Look at
currently.
Remember when he was on? He was at 120 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Okay.
Currently he is at. I looked the other day because it was just crazy. He's at 167. So he's gone up 47,000.
Which is a big percentage too. It's not just a big number
it's a
huge percentage.
Yep. And his 2017, which he said was just about to hit 1 million when he was in here, is 1.1 million.
Damn.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy, the numbers.
I'm excited for him for that, but it's also cool to have. I really wanted to get him on before he was like
too big to get him on.
Not even that. Not even that. I wanted to get him on and record in history him now is so cool. That's like.
I thought he was hilarious.
He's fun, and you didn't know him as well going into it. You didn't know him at all.
No.
I worked with him. I spent hours with that dude just bullshitting, but it's fun to just like have somebody who's you actually are rooting for, who's doing something cool and working hard.
Yeah, and you just know like as soon as he said that Dark Horse drops, I know he's gonna pop off from that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like it's gonna send him to the moon.
Oh yeah.
100%. And then we get Trump on.
Trump's next. The big. He's about to pop off. I think.
I think he's on the precipice.
People don't really know his name yet, but they will. They will.
Oh, dude, I don't even know if I can handle. Okay, not just saying Trump, but like a famous person. Like if Kanye reached out in our DMs and was like, "Could I come on the pod?" I don't know if I could handle it.
I feel like once we had him here, it wouldn't feel that weird.
It wouldn't feel that weird, but it's like, I don't know. It's just like the...
leading up to it would be so stressful, but once we had him here, it's just a regular dude you're talking to.
Yeah.
I really think that's how it would be, like, talking to somebody that famous. You'd just be like, once you start to talk to him, you're like...
You'd be like, and then you gas the juice.
What if it gets to the point where no one will put him on a platform anymore?
I love Jews, but
us.
I also love Nazis.
I can't believe he's doing this crap.
I would love to get some of that content on here because we're not big enough yet where it really matters that much. If we say like anti-Semite stuff.
Anti-Semitic?
Yep. Anti-Semite.
You're an anti-Semite if you are like... if you don't, I guess if you speak against or you act against the Jewish folk, you're anti-Semitic if you feel against them or you speak against them.
The Jews.
The Jewish people is very interesting to me because
Dude, their hair and their noses are very interesting to me.
Yeah, but they're really the only group of white people that have had a major travesty in the past like couple hundred years that we really know, like remember.
Yeah.
So that's the reason it hits so hard is because of like
drip so hard.
Yeah. That's actually that Little Baby song was about the Holocaust.
The Nazis were drippy though. Did you hear that Louis Vuitton. They had the LV on their suits or whatever.
Yeah, and like Audi made Hitler a custom supercar, and like all these German brands, because they're just like the German brands, and he's the dude in charge. So of course they're gonna take the contract.
They didn't know he was doing that.
That really is. I saw a funny thing where it was like there was this headline. I'm totally botching this, and I won't be able to find it right now. It's just like a weird Instagram meme, but the headline was something about like anti-Semitic environment is at an all-time high in Germany right now, and then a dude pops in and he's like, ever? Are you sure? All-time ever?
All-time high?
All-time high? Really?
Right now?
Now? All-time? Ever? It's just so funny.
That is hilarious.
Ever?
Oh, I saw that video today. It popped up on my Instagram. It was Hitler at the like 38 Olympics, 1938 Olympics. He was like he was tweaking on meth.
Yeah.
He's like rocking back and forth, which is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of those dudes were taking amphetamines.
Amphetamine.
Is meth? Yeah, it is an amphetamine. It's called methamphetamine.
Yep.
Look, this pod that we were talking about.
This one?
No. The episode 19, Relationships, is it called? Yeah. 109 views in the last 48 hours on YouTube.
Wow.
It's fun to have people actually watching it.
And that was the I think I just asked this, but it was the relationship one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see, what's our average? The YouTube is crazy because you can see all this stuff.
I guess we have to go deeper.
Average percentage viewed is 1.3%, which is not even bad. Because it's a 2 hour and 6 minute video.
That was a deep pod.
That was. The end was really the payoff.
It really was.
You can see how many people click subscribe from that video. 15 people. Do you have a note?
Yep.
What's your note say? He pulled a note out of his pocket. It's a crumpled up piece of paper that's ripped a little bit. And you're reading it. What does it say? I'm so interested now.
I was trying to remember stuff from the past 3 weeks that we were backed up, and so I wrote it down.
Pulled out it's the crustiest piece of paper. It's got it's all torn up. It just came out of nowhere.
Sorry. I remember my dad called me gay for eating lunch.
What? Your dad called you gay?
So we ride around with my dad all day in the truck, and we were on our way home one time. He does this all the time. And he's like, man, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, what are you going to eat? And he's like, probably an egg salad. And I was like, yeah, I'd probably do I'm probably going to do like a tuna wrap, something like that. He's like, a tuna wrap? He's like, dude, that's gay. I was like, why is it more gay than your egg salad, dude? And he's like, it just is. That's all it is.
Oh, egg salad?
Dude, that is gay.
Oh, that's funny.
Your tuna wrap is gay. And then another thing we missed. We'll get to this next time, I guess. But Matthew McConaughey's Art of Living.
What's that?
The like webinar that he did.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh my god. My aunt paid $40 for like
torn up.
the VIP. Don't look at the paper, dude. It's about the thoughts. Anyway, he did a webinar. It was probably one of the funniest things. I was in the coffee shop, and I got an email because I signed up for the webinar because it was free.
Yeah.
And I got an email. It was like, the webinar's live. I actually got the video. Hold on. I took a screen record. I was in the coffee shop. I started busting out laughing in the coffee. Oh, sorry, my port's closed. So I got to open it up for you. You can insert now. Oh.
I'm trying to plug his phone in for everybody listening. I'm trying to plug the phone in.
Yeah, so I was just busted out laughing in the middle of this coffee shop. Everyone was looking at me. Because I open it to freaking this.
Perfection. Mental health. My finances.
He's got a bongo.
My father. Hiding. Control. Letting go. Hurt. Pain. Money and perfection. Debt. Abuse. Being average. My daughter. Forgiveness. Disorganization. Being alone. Burden. Losing it all. I eat too much. Solitude. Irrelevance. I'm a burden. Abandonment. Trust. Being alone. Falling on my face.
Yeah, chat. Yeah, chat. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's up, chat. Give me all right in the chat, please. That's when I opened the webinar too, and I couldn't stop laughing.
He's
dude.
such a funny guy.
Oh my god. Perfection. Love. Oh gosh. That was so funny. I need to watch the whole webinar. That was the only part that I could watch. Oh, this is so bizarre. And my aunt paid $40 for the VIP package.
No way.
Yeah, and you know which aunt did that. That's the art of living, baby.
Matthew O'Connell.
And at the end, apparently they did a he's under a lot of backlash right now because at the end they were like, this is a $3,000 value and it's only $997 today.
What?
Like his package.
Oh.
You get a picture of his package.
Yeah,
well, it was like one of those webinar cash grab things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what you get for it, but it was funny. I looked at the list and it was like this. It was knocked off. It was like $1,000, and then it was like access to the communities and priceless next to it.
What a dude! He's a crazy guy.
He is a crazy guy. And then that was on my list, and then the bar in Coates was on my list.
Oh,
that bar is hilarious.
Yeah. So at the end and kind of in the middle, the middle of last episode, you heard Bubs call us, and she was like, "Do you want to go to the bar?" Blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And we were like, and I was like,
we were like,
I don't know if we'll have time. I honestly don't. I think we might run out of time. And I really thought like we had Jay here.
I felt so bad for doing that too. God dang it.
No, because I was hanging out with him and I didn't know.
Yeah, because you said no, and I was like, yeah, I would do it.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't think I'll be able to go because I was hanging out with him, and I'm not. I hate when people switch up like that. It just bothers me, and I'm the one who invited him over, and he's my actual friend too. Besides, so I was like, absolutely no, I'm not gonna just ditch him and tell him to leave. So I was hanging out with him, and then he had to go too. So I was like, you guys hadn't even left yet, so I was like, hey, I'm coming. Just give me a sec. And so we ended up going to that bar in Coates, North Carolina, which is kind of the middle of nowhere, North Carolina.
Very rural.
And we ride out there, and it is the craziest thing I've ever seen because Campbell University is out there in the middle of nowhere, North Carolina, and it's a bunch of Southern folk. And
yeah, Campbell's in Bowie's Creek.
And they all crawl over to Coates for this bar. And it was the craziest thing in my life. I've been to bars in Raleigh where, everybody's preppy and, kind of there's this affluent, group of people who are just hanging out, college kids.
They're like, oh, I'm out at the club.
Yeah. And then you have this Coates group, which is these are the bars they sing about in country songs.
Yeah, really.
And there was karaoke.
And you almost cried.
I almost cried. I almost cried when the karaoke guy got up. This dude got up there during karaoke and sang. What song was it?
It was some really good song. Wasn't it a? Oh, you have it. Yeah.
I have a video of it. What song was it?
Wasn't it like a Frank Sinatra song? I wanted my.
That's me screaming, yeah, in the
Yeah,
background.
and that was an old guy singing.
He was old.
That wasn't the speakers.
No,
or the,
no.
Like the music.
It was this random kind of older dude getting up there and singing. He was so good, and he was smiling so big the whole time.
It was Thursday.
It was a Thursday night, and I shook his
insane.
hand after. Like I saw him different place in the bar, and I shook his hand. I was like, "Man, that was so good!" And he had the firmest grip ever, and he smiled at me, and I said, "That was so good." He's like,
standing right
"No,
next to
you guys were so good.
Yep.
Thank you." And I like warmed up inside.
Yeah.
I felt so good, and he felt so good, and it was just this crazy
was a
bar in
magical
the middle
moment.
of nowhere. But and there is a but.
What's a butt?
All of the girls at this bar in the middle of nowhere were not very attractive.
Oh yeah. I said to you, I was like, dude, the difference between an NC State club or bar
Yeah.
is that the girls like want you to walk up to them and like initiate the first move. These girls lock eyes with you.
yeah.
They lock eyes with like
Yeah.
like they're freaking fish getting their little food.
And I was
They lock eyes with you and they don't come off until you like go around the corner.
there was a couple times I was walking so obviously with Bubs. Like it
Yeah.
was so obvious I was with her. And these girls were like just staring at me like they were hungry.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going
Those
on?
were crazy. They
And
looked crazy.
This like 6-year-old dude started hitting on Bubs right behind me. And
I
I
saw
was
that, yeah.
at the bar, and he was like, well, then where's your man? To her. And she said, she pointed at me, and he just turned like 180 degrees, and I was right there.
I was right there.
He shook my hand, and he was like,
because he said something vulgar about Bubs to me, and I was like, she's my sister, man. And he's like, whoa! Where's your man?
and I was right behind.
Yep.
That was a crazy bar. It was packed. And
It
there
was
was
so
food
packed.
truck. The food truck was amazing. Got like jerk chicken.
It actually was.
And then there was all these guys riding up on motorcycles, which everybody who listens to the pod knows that we're real big on motorcycles.
Yeah.
So
we're
that
next
was
time we
exciting.
go, we got to pull up on the hogs.
Oh, 100%. That was a crazy.
We're gonna go
I want to go
hog
again.
wild.
I do want to go
I
again.
do want to go. Yeah. That bar is cool.
It was fun.
It's the only like bar, like it's not a club at all, but
No.
it's like the bar club scene that
It
I've
was a
actually
popping bar.
that I've enjoyed.
It was popping.
It was actually fun. Like the
Yo.
the Raleigh bars are always stupid. There's a bunch of freaking just everyone's too hammered to have
Yeah.
fun. Like at this bar, everyone was like pretty composed.
like ready to potentially drive home in the next couple hours.
yeah, everyone at the Glenwood bars is under 21
Yeah.
and like just wasted.
Just tripping over
Dudes
themselves.
asking for ecstasy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like it's dirty.
No, I think it was a lot of fun.
It was.
But in like a unexpected way, for sure. I do want to ride the bikes there next time, though, for
Yeah.
sure.
We could go there on not a crazy night and just like hang out at the bar.
There's a biker bar 4 minutes from here.
Corky's.
Corky's that we're, I'm not going to say we're because I'm not going to speak for you.
Where?
I'm
hype.
nervous to go there.
I am too because
'Cause I feel like it's a
yeah.
real biker bar.
Yeah.
And I don't want to show up on my Honda and be like, all these guys are like, I don't want to go meet bikers that don't like me.
We were born here.
I know.
Just because we ride
But
the
it's like-
Japs doesn't mean we are the Japs,
I
dude.
know, yeah. But the thing is, I don't want to have like a bad taste in my mouth from bikers because I love riding motorcycles. But that's just my bullshit. Like,
Yeah, dude, we got to go to Corky's
we gotta do it.
because I feel like they're good people there.
They have to be because it's such a cool environment.
And there's
it's
always
so
many people.
close.
There's so many people,
Dude,
too, yeah.
If we ever even like if we drank too much there, we could walk home and it would take 20 minutes. Through the woods, it would take 20 minutes. Not even. It took 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a couple miles.
Yeah. We could run home.
We could run there.
And we're like, we swear we have bikes.
Yeah.
We run there in our helmets.
You pull up a picture.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here it is.
I have a motorcycle. Yeah. I wasn't able to bring it, though, because I have had too many beers.
Because I was nervous. I swear it's a Harley.
I was very nervous.
It's a Harley.
Okay, Gus, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. We gotta go to
get
bed
up early.
Yeah, we gotta do Brad time.
It's Brad time in the morning.
We gotta ride the bikes out there.
Yeah.
I gotta pack.
Oh yeah.
For this weekend. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yep.
I have to edit this pod at the lake.
Yo.
Goodbye, guys.
Boppity